Today we're going to be talking about areas around the Triangle to find acreage. If you have been looking for a home with, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 acres, this video is for you.
All right, so the flow of the video, we're gonna talk about some of those areas where you can get the most acreage, and we're also gonna highlight one of our newest listings in one of these areas that is on 17 acres. So it's a fantastic example of what you can get in these areas with a ton of acreage.
For sure.
All right, the first area we're gonna talk about is the Chatham County area. So this is, in general, the Pittsboro area. So if you're looking at a map, this is gonna be south of Chapel Hill, and there is a ton of development going on in Chatham County.
So much.
But you can also get a lot of land right now.
Yeah, for sure. So in that general area, you have some parts of Chapel Hill. We've excluded that because we're going to talk about Chapel Hill as a whole. So this is mainly we're talking about Pittsboro and Moncure, North Carolina. So those areas, like Zach mentioned, close to Chapel Hill. Also great, convenient location if you want to get into Apex. Kind of hugs that line. But that area is exploding with growth. It has a rural feel to it. There's also a lot of bigger neighborhoods coming in that do not have that acreage in them at all. But for the most part, the land out there that has at least 3 acres or more is averaging around $850. So it's our second most expensive on our list today, but it is a gorgeous area. And a lot of the ones with acreage there's a lot of luxury new estate homes kind of being built out that way. So if you want something newer, that's definitely a great option, but it's just in general, such a pretty area.
Yeah, and to be clear, the 3 acres for $850 is also including a house.
Right.
It's
not
just
the land itself.
not the land itself.
We're talking about home sales, and then that's not just homes that have 3 acres. This is all the sales that have at least 3 acres. So on average, of those that have sold in the last year, most of them have closer to 14 acres. So if that gives you an idea of just how much land you can get out that way.
Yeah.
So the next on our list is the most expensive area in our video today is Chapel Hill. So Chapel Hill is it's mostly Orange County, but also some parts of Chatham County. And it has probably the most unique feel, I would say, of the places we're talking about today, as far as architecture goes and just the vibe of Chapel Hill in general. But homes in Chapel Hill that have at least 3 acres or more, so that's going to range from 3 to 100 acres. Those prices are averaging right above $1 million. So it is our more expensive area that we're going to be talking about today, and it's definitely believable. Even for houses with smaller lots, it's a very expensive place to buy into. It's not a huge town or anything, so there's not as many options for everybody, but the homes that are out there on acreage are just really unique. A lot of them have this I don't know if I should call it a mid-century modern style or
You find that a little more commonly.
Yeah, it's just really a unique spot.
Yeah, it is. And Chapel Hill, no matter what you're looking for, Chapel Hill is going to be one of the most expensive areas in the Triangle. Yeah. And so when you add acreage to that, it's going to be pricey.
Yeah, for sure. And on average, of those that have 3 acres or more, on average, those lot sizes are about 16 acres. So obviously you have some that are maybe way under that, some above it. So that just gives you an idea for the expansiveness of it.
The price, Cindy might have already said this, but the price of that on average is $1 million.
Right.
All right, next up on the list is Orange County. And I know we just talked about Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill is in Orange County, but we decided to separate Chapel Hill from the bulk of other portions of Orange County. So in this, we're really talking about Hillsboro, Mebane, Eflin, that part of Orange County. And we are actually on a road in Orange County, and our newest listing is on this road, which we'll highlight in a minute. But this is a great example of essentially land, lots and lots and lots of land.
And as far as all these areas go, this is going to be the most affordable area that we're talking about today. So in this area in general, when we're looking at homes with 3 acres or more, so that's a big range, but that average is $675. So almost half of what it is to be right next door in the same county in Chapel Hill. So that gives you
and that's why we split it, honestly.
Right,
because
there's
a big
such a different feel to both sides of the county, and neither is a bad or a good thing. They're just really different. And I think out here, it's just so peaceful and beautiful. We love Hillsboro, so we're always a little bit biased because we live towards that direction, but it is a great place to be for sure. And in general, homes out here are they're all different and unique for sure. But I feel A lot of the places we're talking about today might have a lot of acreage and be like more of a luxury home or whatnot. Whereas I feel like this side and parts of Chapel Hill too do feel like a lot more equestrian, or people have a lot of animals and things like that, so it has a different feel to it.
Yeah, and I think the homes on land tend to just be more unique in general because you kind of avoid that cookie cutter feel to it.
For sure. They're usually custom built and just really pretty. So in general, you know, it can be hard sometimes to find acreage when you're looking at a move, but there are places you can find it, and of course areas where it's more concentrated, but in general it's never going to be like the cheapest thing in the world to try to move and find 10 acres of land.
Exactly. So now we're at our newest listing, 6429 Mount Mitchell Road here in Orange County, which is a great example of a home with a ton of land. This home sits on 17 acres of land.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's go check it out. So some things we love about this house, obviously all of the land, it's such a secluded feel to it. So if you are looking for something that feels very peaceful.
Feels like you're in the mountains.
Yeah, it really does. It's kind of like on a hill. It's like, yeah, it's really cool. If you don't want to see a neighbor, this is an amazing spot for you. The house itself has a very unique and eclectic architectural vibe to it, so it's very different from what you might find elsewhere. You've got space for there already are existing garden beds, lots of room for hiking, and just beautiful windows and views year round. Yeah,
exactly. 4 beds, 2,700 square feet, and a basement. So it is an incredible use of space here with a ton of acreage, and it borders protected county land as well. So essentially, while it's not your land, it is additional space to essentially border you.
Yeah, so you know that space next to you is not going to be developed by anybody else, which is reassuring. So it feels like you have even more than the 17 acres. Again, it's not your land, but from like a viewpoint when you're looking out, it just feels like expansive woodland.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're looking for Orange County schools and a ton of acreage, this house could be perfect for you.
Yes.
We're Zach and Cindy Honeycutt. We are a couple real estate agents in the area. So if you're looking to buy or sell, we would love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can find our contact info below.
Yep, and we'd love to have you follow along with us on Instagram. You can find us at the Honeycutt Realtors. We also have a page all about news and development in the area called the RDU Buzz. So we'd love to have you follow along with us there too.
Yep, we'll see y'all next time.